everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Command, also known as Kursk. I don't know how you say it. K-U-R-S-K. Kursk. I don't know. It shouldn't be hard to say, but it's hard for me to say. Anyway, it's a movie about that submarine. A disaster happens, and then there's a government negligence or something like that, and the families, while the people are dying, the families are caught in political confusion or whatever. So I don't know, I guess it's based on a true story. I don't know too much about it, but what I did was I looked at the movies that are available to rent on my wish list and sorted them by the highest number, and this one floated to the top besides some of the other ones that I can't watch without my kids, like Toy Story 4. But anyway, so that's what we're watching tonight. It's an hour and 58 minutes. I'll get into it a little bit more, find out more about it, and let you know my thoughts. Alright, stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching The Command. We're at the 1 hour, 1 minute, and 16 second mark. So just about over halfway here. It's an hour and 58 minutes long. Surprisingly, there's a lot more left. And it's what you kind of guess it is. It's a submarine, the Kursk, goes out, and a warhead inside of it explodes in it, and then drives it to the bottom of the ocean. And on the submarine, basically, it's just a couple of survivors who were in the right compartment at the right time, and so they're trapped there. And of course, their wives, they have the backstory of their wives, and one guy got married, they're all celebrating, they're all friends, that kind of thing. But it really jumps right into the submarine early in the movie, and so they don't know if they're alive or not. They're trapped down there. They're sending like an underwater drone to try and figure out if they're alive. They're thinking, hey, maybe, most likely with a blast like that, everybody's dead. And then inside, it's the submarine people fighting for their lives, essentially, as water continues to come into the submarine and fill up. They start losing oxygen within there, trying to find ways to communicate with the land to determine so they know that they're alive. So that's what's really going on. It's all about that. The political stuff so far, it's just basically the military won't tell the wives what's going on. So that's all it really is. It's not much more than that. It's not a very political movie so far. But we'll see where it goes from here. It's kind of edge of your seat, exciting, because you never know what's going to happen. And if you're claustrophobic, this might not be the movie for you. But I'm going to get back into it now, see where it goes from here, and then check in a little bit later and tell you what I think. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of The Command, or Kursk. One thing I forgot to mention, because the credits are on right now, Colin Firth is in this. He's a British soldier, or I don't know, whatever. I'll get into that in a second. But there's not much more to tell you about this movie. I think the plot line is there for you and you understand it. Without spoiling it for you, because although this is based on a true story, normally when it's based on a true story, I'm a little bit more liberal in the information I give you because it's public knowledge. But I'm basing the fact that not a lot of people follow Russian submarine news, so you might not know what happens in this one. So I'm not going to tell you any more about it. Some of the things I will tell you is that the Russians were trying to get to the submarine using their rescue ships, and the British come in and offer to help. So they have a superior navy or something like that, or at least a ship that's a little bit better than what the Russians are using, and that's where the political battle came back in. The Russians weren't too keen on them coming in to help, whether they wanted somebody to blame or they didn't want to be outshined, kind of thing. So that's where the battle went back and forth, and the wives are meeting with the leaders of the military. They're not only trying to get information, but trying to convince them to use the foreign help, as they say. So that's the political side where I didn't know what they were talking about. That's in here. So that's what you have here. You have the soldiers fighting for survival inside the submarine. You have the leaders of the military trying to save them, and also trying to determine should they utilize foreign help and whatnot. So all based on a true story. This happened in 2000. So there you have it. That's really all I have for you. Colin Farrell is a British, I guess Navy guy. So he's the one who they reach out to if they want him to help or not. Not a very prominent role in this, but he's in it nonetheless. That's the only actor. And the other actor, our main actor, I recognize, but I'm sure I couldn't say his name. So that's it. It's edge of your seat. Very interesting. Probably gonna give it a 6 overall, I think. And there's reasons, and I don't want to elaborate because I think it'll spoil it a little bit for you. But yeah, like I said, if you like submarine movies, Crimson Tide, those types of things, edge of your seat thrillers, I would say, this might be of interest to you. So check it out. It's definitely worth a watch, I think. I enjoyed it. That's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.